Hey guys, we are looking at an inequality, right? And there's absolute value bars included, okay? When you are solving problems like this, there's 4 possible answers you might get. You can get an or inequality, an and inequality, no solutions, or all real numbers, okay? So obviously I'm just going to be doing one example here, so you'll see one of them. I will link in the corner a video where I do an example of each one, okay, in one video. So if you want to check that out, great. All right. But let's go ahead and look at this one. So the first thing I want to do is get my absolute value bars alone. Okay. Meaning I don't want this +1 here and I don't want it being multiplied by 2. Okay. So first I'm going to subtract 1 from both sides. So I end up with 2 times the absolute value of x plus 3 is greater than or equal to 12. Okay, then I want to get rid of that 2, so I'm going to divide it off. So then I end up with the absolute value of x plus 3 is greater than or equal to 6. Now remember, if you ever multiply or divide both sides by a negative when you're doing inequalities, you flip the sign, okay? But this one was positive, so we didn't have to worry about it, okay? All right, my absolute value bars are alone. I'm feeling good. From here, what we're going to do is we're actually going to split this into 2 different inequalities, okay? And if you're like, why on earth are you doing that? I'll link a video explaining why we do this, okay? I'm actually going to use a different color so it kind of stands out. So we're splitting this into 2 different ones, okay? The first one, we just dropped the absolute value bars. That's it. So we have x plus 3 is greater than or equal to 6, okay? The other one, we also drop the absolute value bars, but we also flip our inequality and change the sign on that guy, okay? So it's now a -6, and I flipped that sign, okay? All right, the other thing I need to know is, remember I said there were 4 types of answers, right? Well, the all real numbers and no solution answers have to do with if this number were negative, okay? It's not negative, so I don't have to worry about those 2 options. So I just need to know if it's an and inequality or an or inequality, okay? Again, that video I linked before will kind of explain this, but one quick and easy way to figure it out is just to look at this sign, again, when my absolute value bars are on the left side. This is a greater than sign, which kind of sounds like greater, right? I know that's not how you spell greater, but it helps me think greater, right? So this is going to be an or inequality, okay? So now that I know that, I'm going to get the x's alone on both of these. So I'm going to subtract 3 and get x is greater than or equal to 3, or I'm going to subtract 3 again from both sides, and I end up with x is less than or equal to -9, okay? And that, my friends, is my answer, okay? Let's see what it looks like on a number line. Don't stop watching. It's going to be pretty, all right? So we got 3 and -9. So x is greater than or equal to 3, which would look something like that, right? Or it's less than or equal to -9, right? So that's why we have the or. It can be one of these numbers over here or one of these numbers over here, okay? If you wanted to write this in, oh my gosh, what's it called? Interval notation. Then we would say you could pick any number from -infinity, which infinity and -infinity always get a parenthesis, to -9. And since it's a closed circle, equal to -9 gets a bracket. And then union, meaning it's together with this guy as well. So it can be 3, so I use a bracket. All the way to infinity, infinity gets a parenthesis, okay? So these 2 are the same answer, just depending on which one your teacher wants, okay? All right, I hope this made sense. If you need some more examples, I will link a whole playlist for you. Thanks.